Hey everybody, it's Ed. All right, I finally have been able to settle down and take in and listen to Bomb Elvis Back in Nashville. 4 CD set, freshly released within the past week, and unfortunately I couldn't get to listen to it down in my listening room as quick as I would have liked to. Because of work being done on the house, I had to be out for a little bit, and since then have been able to get my ears wrapped around this, and I'm glad that I have. So I thought I would give my honest opinion, my review of this set. Now, of course, some of you may know that this follows on the heels of From Elvis in Nashville, which was released last year, which commemorated the 50th year anniversary of Elvis recording in Nashville for these sessions, which produced, well, this album was Elvis, That's the Way It Is, Elvis Country, and Elvis Love Letters. Okay, now, for the Back in Nashville sessions, all the songs that are featured or recorded back in 1971 for this release, and out of those sessions, I believe they said that there were 42 master songs that they were able to get. So, with that being said, what albums did those songs go on? Well, they went on. Elvis sings The Wonderful World of Christmas. And then there were also songs featured on Elvis Now. There were also songs for the He Touched Me gospel LP. And there were also songs from the Elvis LP, which is also known as the what? That's right, the Fool LP, or the Fool album. All right, but the songs from the Back in Nashville session make up those 4 albums. There you go. There's also a song or two from the from Elvis in Nashville session that made it on the Elvis Now album. So there you go. All right, now this is done by the same person. When I say done, mixed and mastered by the same person who did the last set, and his name is Matt Ross Spang. So, what do I have to say to Matt Ross Spang? Well, what I say to Matt Ross Spang is freaking phenomenal job. Again, hit it out of the park. I did a review back when From Elvis in Nashville came out, and what my review, I should really just say for this review, just go watch that review because it's basically the same. Home run. This should have been done a long time ago, but I'm glad that they did get around to it, and at least we're at the 50th, year anniversary. Could be the 70th before they got to this, and we'd all not be here. So, yay! Let's be grateful that we finally got it, and I am internally, eternally. What did I say? I don't know. I think I said eternally, but anyway, we have 4 discs, okay, and it's what is this? It is Elvis and the band in the studio. If there were no backup singers there, you don't hear them. If there was no over, dubbing instrumentation that was initially there when Elvis recorded, you don't hear it. This is just pure down to basics Elvis, pure can't I don't really know how else to describe it. So if it was Elvis and the musicians recording that day, that's what you get on disc 1 and 2 for every master for the 42 songs that were recorded. You're hearing them as if you were in the studio with Elvis the day they recorded it. It's the only way I could describe it. It took me like, what, 2 minutes to say that? Sorry. But I did a opening or a seal to revealed video, all right, that showed a lot of what is inside. And book is nice. Everything is good. Everything is good. Yeah. So, 4 CDs. I took the discs out of this thing because I didn't want them to get all messed up. I put them in jewel cases, which I recommend, highly recommend anybody who gets, CDs in these slip-in type things. If you can, just put the CDs in jewel cases because they get really marked up on these, and it's very annoying. So there's my 2 cents. Take it for what it's worth. And that's pretty much all I'm going to do with this because I really can't say more about it. What I will say is when you go through the song selection, which I guess I should show you, maybe if you pause it, you'll be able to see it. Then disc 2. I don't know, is it blurry? If it is, I apologize. That's the rest of disc 2. Disc 3 is then outtakes and alternate takes. So a lot of good stuff. Informal performance of the Lord's Prayer that was initially, I believe, initially released on an FTD release. A couple of FTD releases that was on, but I think this is the first time it's available in mass market. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's interesting to listen to. But one of the ones that really stood out for me was on the first disc, track 16, "We Can Make the Morning." I have never heard it other than the master before. I have never heard any other take, any other version, stripped down. All I have ever heard was the master. And this is the first time I'm actually hearing it stripped down. So I don't know if that was remixing or, just taking elements away from the master. And I don't know how they did it, or if there just was a take out there that I wasn't aware of. I really don't know. But we can make the morning to me was just mind blowing. Hearing it that way, just Elvis and the band, whoever was in the studio at that point. None of the backing vocals, none of the female backing vocal. Just Elvis, and his voice is so freaking strong in that song. It sounds amazing. And the other one that surprised me too was the stripped down version of Padre, which I don't recall hearing it like this, but I could be wrong. But it did stick out to me, and I thought it was really, really good. All these songs were, "O Come All Ye Faithful" from the Christmas album. Hearing it stripped down was really cool. I don't know. There's just a lot of good stuff on here, and I can't say enough good stuff about it. So I highly recommend you get this, listen, or at least listen to it. It's phenomenal. I have the LP version as well, and that sounded really good. I was happy with that as well. So there you have it. But the LP, of course, is a stripped down version of this. There you have it. There's my 2 cents. I appreciate you watching. If you have it, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And that's it. All right. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take care.